The Sarlacc Digest, the long-running live stream podcast digesting Star Wars topics for over 1,000 years. Join them for all the latest news, rumors, and theory crafting with none of the drama or the bull. Live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Time on YouTube. And don't forget the Sarlacc Toy Chest, covering all the newest Star Wars toy releases and news from Hasbro, Hot Toys, Jakks Pacific, and more. Live every other Monday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Be there and keep it nerdy.
Plasticnews.com. All the latest from Hollywood. Toys. Gaming. Comics. And anything pop culture. Plasticnews.com. Don't forget the IQ. Plasticnews.com.
He was the first person to say, "We should put comic books in plastic cases and grade them." He told George Lucas to hold on to the merchandising rights, and 3 3/4 would be the perfect scale for the figures. When the owner of Playmates Toys asked him how to compete with the big guys, he gave him his extra copy of TMNT #1. He is the most important collector in the universe.
I don't always need a grail, but when I do, I go to holygrailtoys.com. Keep hunting, my friend.
You're watching a Syndicate program.
Well, good morning and good afternoon. This is Good Morning Toy Box. I am your host, Chet Maddox, along with my co-host, Alex Storm. How are you doing this morning, sir?
Hey, good morning, man. How's everybody else doing out there? Good afternoon to you guys on the East Coast.
Good afternoon. The chat is blowing up. Look, we want to, we've got a lot we've got to get into. We've got a lot we got to kick off. First and foremost, we want to thank all of our members, the Shadow Elite, Syndicate, the Prospects, everybody for showing up and showing out. We appreciate that. We got a lot to get into, so stay tuned. Good morning, good afternoon. This is Good Morning Toy Box, and we'll be right back.
I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool, you ready for the ride? Gonna feel good. Gonna feel good.
And if you're part of the Syndicate, you see Commander Blatt all the time singing that song to himself. So, man, why don't we just we got a long list, so why don't we just get into that?
All right. Well, you know how we do it. This is the week in review in action figures. That's right. We've got the we got some pre-order alerts for you this morning. Some stuff popped up this morning, so we guys are going to get you to the up-to-date news on that because Mezco made a drop today. We got some Star Wars Black to drop yesterday, but want to make sure you guys are letting you know where you can pick that up from. NECA Toys is in the mix this morning. Transformers. Action Toys enters with Voltron. Hot Toys. Hot Toys got some stuff. We got some stuff for this morning and tonight on Pixel Plastic and Ink. Got some Marvel Legends pre-order recap. Everybody knows what went down this week. We want to let you guys know just in case you're still looking for them. The Marvel Legend long game discounts. That's right. We're going to save you some money this morning if you've been looking for a couple of Marvel Legends that you've been on the fence about. ZoloCon is happening this weekend. And, our buddies over at the Purple Gang is going to be out there. So, we thought we'd do a little preview, let you know what vendors are there. Keep your eyes on. As obviously the Syndicate, Discord, and network update that we give you. We got the upcoming events, and we got a special announcement that we got with the upcoming events, and preview of tonight's Pixel Plastic and Ink that takes place at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because Good Morning Toy Box is the leading show for that. Oh, man. It looks like we're going to have to do a weekend review, man.
That's right. This is your weekend review. Well, before anything else, before we go any further, we've got a fan bag full of mail, and we should hit that up very quickly. So, Mr. Storm, let's open up that mail.
You're up. Max Rebo Experience. Toys, traffic, weather together. That's right. We try to do it all. Thank you, Max Rebo, for showing up this morning. Dark Moocher, good morning. I'll be watching on and off as, this new layout, and they're touched through the this Friday. Yeah, I don't have to get some reading glasses now, man. Wow.
Yeah, as he tries to drudge through the Friday, basically.
Yeah. Good afternoon from the future. Sorry to report there's still no freaking aliens. Are you sure?
Dang.
You sure?
I feel like we're being gypped on that.
The real Royal Rhino. Hello from the past. It still sucks here. I've heard that. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like, what? I was told there would be aliens and everything. Well, you were sadly disappointed and everything.
Good morning, Dr.
Rhino Hobbies. Good morning to you and everything else like that. The weather, actually a traffic update is the 1 and the 710, the highway container toys travel. That's the traffic report we need. Absolutely. That's the only one we care about. That's the only one we care about. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody else from the chat up. Here you go. Good morning, Sir Green Lantern. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you, citizen.
Good morning to you. And as soon as anybody else pops in, we will actually get back and we'll grab you through. But hey, man, let's start it off because there's something important that happened. And here's the thing. We don't want you to leave the channel. Just open up that other side screen, because if you're into Mezcos, you need to be actually picking this up, because you and I both know that the Gomez figures usually sell out pretty quick. Well, they just dropped this. And actually, I think this is a little dastardly, Mr. Maddox, because they normally give us, like a week or so, or like an update or something. We kind of know what's going on. TVC Trev. Good morning, sir.
What's going on?
But they kind of, this one dropped yesterday, and they say, oh, wake up in the morning. You got to come in February 27th. They could just say coming tomorrow. But this is Agent Gomez 1975. That's right. They are taking it right back into the looks like a different era, different time for Gomez, which is kind of cool, man. I like when Mezco does their own characters,
What I think is cool about this one is if you look in the really, really small print under there, under Agent Gomez, it says Big Trouble in Rumble City. So obviously this is like a crazy throwback. Look, I think that this is a fantastic one. And hey, look, I have Toy Hunter set up to see if it grabs this when it launches. So I'll let you know, and then that comes out in the future release. But this is great. We've talked about this. We had this conversation with Skelly. They do their own things very, very good. They are by far like top-notch figures, right? Yeah. I told you guys I was addicted when I got Senor Blanco. It's like my first like real like purchase of a Mezco. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to beat. I think these are great. There's a high probability I might get this. But I didn't see. Does it come with the red? Does it come with the red jacket, or is it just a black one?
I don't know. I'm assuming that since it's in the photo, it's red. I just think they just darkened that out a little bit here. So I'm thinking it's red because I've rarely ever seen them do, something where it's a different color palettes and everything. So then it didn't show there was a second jacket. So but we'll have to see when it comes up because you never know. Could have been just a trick for toy photography.
What is it? What are your thoughts on this one?
Look, I think it's good when toy companies do their own characters. The one plus and negative is that yes, they're doing their own characters. It's great that they're getting their own lore, their own things out. The negative is that it's Mezco. You and I both know that this figure is probably going to be highly sought after, and Mezco does that whole false speculation kind of thing. They build up their surplus of having so many characters out to make it look like it's gone and makes it really difficult for fans to get. So they're kind of doing their own speculative thing on this. So we'll see how this is. But again, every one of these have always gone up in pricing. That's the one negative thing.
Heads up, it is live on their website right now.
All right, there you go. And it's for $125. We didn't offer the price $120. Now we're gonna see because this is Mezco. So give it a couple seconds.
It's $135 on their website.
So last night it was shown at $125. I don't know what's going on with Mezco's thing, but most definitely want to welcome in. If you don't want some, better be some. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir Green Lantern put this up. I'm gonna roll this through too. Do we all know about the Storm Arena reissue pre-orders that are on right now on Big Bad Toy Store? I saw that last night that Storm Arena was actually doing some putting some stuff up and everything. I think it was some, if I wasn't imagining it was a Street Fighter or something, or maybe it's 1 and 2. I did see they had some stuff they were reissuing. I was like, wow. All right. Yeah. Max Rubel's gonna get dramatic pricing. Yeah, they do that, man. And it's like, yep. It's the time tax. Tomorrow will be $145. Absolutely. So yeah, again, we'll let you know if it's selling out, because normally this is one of those we'll see in the first 15 minutes or so. So we'll keep checking back into that. But again, $125 up there. Agent Gomez, $19.75 on the Mezco website currently. So you guys are up to date to the things this morning. Keep you guys tracked in. If you didn't pay attention to this yesterday, Plo Koon and Clone Commander Wolf actually popped up on Hasbro Pulse. As of last night, this was sold out on Hasbro Pulse, and it was for $55.99. The pre-order date was yesterday, so just to let you guys know, if you're looking for this, I checked last night. I don't know if this was on Amazon. I don't know if they said it was specifically, but there was no listings or anything on Amazon. I did check over Entertainment Earth, and I did check over the Big Bad Toy Store, and it was kind of hard to find these characters there. So I don't know if this is just a Hasbro Pulse exclusive.
I don't know. I'll find out. I think it might. I don't think it is.
Normally it's not, but I couldn't find listings last night on Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth. So
it's still sold out on Hasbroian Pulse.
Yeah, and I know Koon is a character that a lot of people love, especially from the Clone War eras. I'm sure if we had Tommy from Blitz Transmission on, he would tell you the significance of this character. We all know Darth Moocher knows that, but it's like...
Also, heads up, Agent Gomez now is waitlisted. So
there you go, it's gone. And just like that, 2 minutes into the show, it's gone. Not surprising. But look, I don't know if this is going to be one of those sought after ones. And Max Rebo actually is putting up some information. Usually a Disney Park 2-pack. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, if you the price they charge for parking at the downtown Anaheim here, it'd probably be worth buying secondary market, bro. So, but yeah, this is going to be probably a sought after figure. This one's probably going to be tough to track down. So, but we'll keep you up and we'll check on that. Rhino Hobby says, nothing says Jedi Knight like armor. He's got that. And B Summit says, these 2-packs have been Hasbro Pulse and Disney.com only in the past. Chances are that's why I did not see it last night. I was double checking to make sure it wasn't on Amazon. I was double checking it wasn't on Big Bad Toy Store and everything. I could not find listings. I had a bad feeling that this is going to be a little tough to get. The Plo Koon got a lot of lore building because of the Dave Filoni favorite Jedi character. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's sought after. So again, if you're anywhere down in Anaheim or you're in Florida and you can walk into the parks or something else like that, don't do that. Just order it online because it's gonna cost you way more to do that. But these are cool, man. Like I said again, I always love like when they get some of the Clone War era characters in, and they do it 2-pack wise. They could have, I know he's been made in the Black Series by himself, but I like these. If you're not into, you don't want a major troop build, you just want the one character with the one Jedi, you can. Or if you want to, this does suck if you're troop building though.
Yeah.
So, but hey, cool. So we'll roll that through.
I did like that pack just because, I don't know, Plo Koon, but I didn't even know when it went live on Pulse. Otherwise, I would grab some for people, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, here's one thing that the NECA's been playing with. I know they did this last year with RoboCop, and they did the opening. They did the poster image of when he's stepping out of his police car. They did that for an actual diorama / character. Well, they're doing this again with the Predator 2. And they're doing the movie poster version. So if you remember that movie poster, which is the on the other side, you can see a little background of what it is. They've actually got that figure there. This is kind of cool if you're into dioramas, man. If you just want the character, and maybe you actually have that that poster on the wall. You're huge into a lot. I know NECA has been doing a pretty good job when it comes down to the Predator lore and the Predator characters. Great inbox if you want to inbox it. You want to take it out of the box. This is great right here. But I think I kind of dig this, man. It's priced at $49.99. This was up on NECA.com, NECAtoys.com. And you can also Big Bad Toy Store. I saw it over there as well. Same price on both, which is good. There's no uptick or anything else like that. So it's still currently available. I got a feeling that it definitely will. Max Rebo says, and he's actually hit this right on the head. The movie's underrated. Exactly. Look, after the first film, it was interesting how they went to the second film. I thought that Glover did a great job in this movie, and it was a different element. I still think it's one of the better Predator movies compared to some of the other ones. I think Prey's also on that level as well. Badlands, I was not that impressed with. But I like all the looks of the Predators. They do a pretty good job at different eras, different scenarios, different weaponry and everything. And also, come on, Predator 2 definitely has Gary Busey in it. Come on.
Yeah, who doesn't like Gary Busey?
He does this. It says Predator versus Batman. Who wins? If you read the DC comic book that was drawn by Andy and Adam Kubert back in the day, Batman fared out pretty well against him. I will tell you that. And that's if you're looking for a very good read, that's a very good read, man.
Yeah, it's pretty clever actually, that comic.
Yeah. Are you is this one of those things interesting to pick up? Do you pick up any of these dioramas or anything like that yet?
I will grab them if they sing to me, like a lovely little song. I think this one's cool. I think this is iconic for Predator 2. I haven't gone down the route of collecting Predator yet, so I wouldn't grab this. But I do think this is, look, if you're gonna do something that's like a specific figure, like this is exactly like you said. If you have Predator 2 poster, you could have this right underneath it. Yeah, I think it's cool also for like dioramas and shit. Like the piece it comes with, you can use for other things outside of just Predator. So I think that's awesome. I think it's cool. It's clever. Yeah, I don't know what the pricing's $49.99. I think NECA needs to figure out how to adjust pricing a little bit, but
I think you're right. Every time we go into like a Target or like a Walmart, these are usually always clearanced. And speaking of Target and Walmart. We've been running around. I want to make sure. Cassie, what's going on? Good morning, good afternoon
Good
to
morning.
you, sir. I know you're working hard on there, that Cube Squadron. We're anticipating
Mhm.
and everything else like that. If you go over to Cube Squadron over at Kickstarter, make sure you guys are actually signing up, not for the Kickstarter, just sign up to be notified when it goes live. They're trying to get that over to 1,500. We are doing an initiative. It is a very imaginative addition to the toy world. You will not regret it. You will actually end up buying ships that you didn't even think you needed, only because this is one of those great kind of like, fan flares that you definitely want to accessorize your Jazzware line with. So make sure you guys go in there, check it out. We definitely want to get that up to 1,500. We will be pushing that until we get to 1,500 because we all want to know what the 1,500 reveal is.
Yeah.
So,
I know what it is, actually. It's a cube. I just don't know what it looks like.
there it definitely goes right there. And let me hit up some of these. He says, thanks, Alex and Max Rebo. Appreciate it. Hey, don't have to, man. When you do good stuff, we let everybody know and everything. And of course, obviously, be some. Yep, the mini cubes are amazing. I think that's one of those independent. The thing that makes that great, and I think this is what's making the industry great right now. We can have a couple moments we veer off. Is that it's you want to see the imaginative individuals come up with things that solutions to stuff that you want and you didn't know you wanted. That's
Exactly.
that is the power of independent creators, and they are. I think in the next decade or so, they're going to revolutionize and push the industry what it is. We've already looked at. You looked at Spiral Toys. You're looking at, obviously at one point, Operation Monsterverse, First Monkey Fiction was independent. Now they're more corporate on that, but this is the kind of rise of stuff that we're getting now because you can actually develop, design, get your stuff out there. It's easier to do that, and to me, I always feel better when I purchase from an independent creator
Yep.
because I kind of know where it's going to. It's community-based kind of thing. You can kind of, when you get conventions or you're online, you can talk to them. It's a little bit more accessible, man.
Yeah. No, look, I think what it comes down to for me personally is that when you look at something, look, Cube Squadron's exactly what was needed, and they didn't figure it out. Cassidy did, and it's something that elevates something that you already collect. So while like you couldn't really, it's not something you could pitch if it didn't exist, but because Galaxy Squadron exists, Cube Squadron is like, it makes zero sense why it was not created before. And when you're purchasing from somebody that is passionate about it, they're going to pay attention to everything that's said feedback wise. It's non-negotiable because it's like you want to put out your best product forward, right? And I think what Cassidy's doing right now with the 1,500 goal is smart because it's like, yeah, if you have this interest, right? Like people talk about it, people want to talk about it, but when you look at the quality of it and you look at everything, like when he was, like on Toy Chest and anything he posts on Instagram, I mean, what's crazy is that it's a product that sells itself, because if any of you have Micro Galaxy Squadrons, you know that you could either get a small one, the large one, or whatever this double stacked cube large extreme turbo version is that's showing up on the 15.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it absolutely works at that. And actually, Commander Bly rolls in this. I'd rather fund a C-level executive's third summer home.
Well, Commander Bly is unique.
And Dr. Ridley wants to let us know that Predator 2 correctly predicted Los Angeles in the year 1997. Yeah, they are, man. So, that's our little independent spiel of the morning. So we'll roll that through. Here it is. All right, here. Takari, Tommy, actually, and Hasbro are linking up again. And we've seen this word missing links and shattered universe, those kind of aspects work in. I love the kind of like Blix, but this is when they do things right. Because while, I believe Hasbro does some of the best Transformers, Takari does a great job as well. This, I actually think, is probably, if you're into the Dinobots and you're like into Grimlock and you've gotten all of the G1s and picked up all the other stuff, if you actually got the Robosun version, this is also one that you need to put along with it. I think this is one of the better reimagines of a G1 Grimlock, and I think it's cool, bro.
Yeah, this one's gonna end up in my cart.
Yeah. This one is it's available on the Hasbro Pulse right now. $124.99. This ships in the original packaging with collector's perks. So they're kind of stressed that. In which, hey, anything that you can put on your shelf that looks great as well. I don't know. I've never seen the packaging before, so I don't know if it's one that you can do as a great open box version of it or not. But I think this is one of those things that you probably want to take off and actually put on the shelf anyways, man, because again, it's such a great looking Transformer. I love the whole animation kind of style G1 version of it. So, great looking.
Yeah, I think it's this packaging.
All right, so they're going to do it just like the original G1s then.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
I think it's just going to be this. Well, I don't know because they said it's going to be 9 inches. This isn't 9 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I do like that it's the anime style. So like the ones we're used to are like the shiny gold.
Yeah.
This is like the yellow gold. This is like I have the other one somewhere, but it's like the comic book edition one. Mm-hmm. But this one does come with a little seat and a little person in it too.
Yeah, so kind of cool. From there, so these are cool. I missed the die cast. Yep, but I'll take the great articulation and trade. Absolutely, Commander Bly. Yep, I do like the die cast ones as well. It just has a throwback to the original first wave G1s.
Yeah.
And it goes, you were on the fence at Chet. I agree with your argument. Why not get the OG? It's the OG, but with better articulation, instant buy. Absolutely, real world Rhino. Got that right on that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's something about that. Like I said again, I love the way that it does kind of like the colors pop a little bit more. Like all the yellow is kind of cool. The red that's on them works as well. I think they did a great job on this, and it just looks like classic from the cartoon, man.
Yeah, he's great. It's a fantastic buy. I hope they do this with all of them. So
yeah, I would love to see all the Dinobots done like that. It would be fantastic. So make sure you guys are going over to Hasbro Pulse if you want to pick that up. $124.99. So up there right now. Here's one that actually popped up, and this was kind of cool. Action Toys is getting into. They have a mini line of figures. So look, if you were from our area, remember the die cast, and you remember this version of Voltron, and this is not the Netflix. This is the OG, the 1980s version, Voltron Defenders of the Universe, based on that anime. And look, I dig this. I like that the lions separate. I love that it actually you can connect it in. Of course, obviously, and I'll form the sword. It's like pops in. This is cool, man. It's $75.99. The ship date will be in January 2027. So you got some time to before you get this in hand. It's a mini figure, so it's not as big as the original Matchbox version, which that's not that big, but it's also not that well to sit on the shelf. This will sit on the shelf a little bit better. What do you think, brother? You end up purchasing this?
I do not know, actually. I don't know enough about it. Look, it's Voltron. So my default answer, to be fair and truthful, has to be yes. My brother had the 80s version of this. Such a cool toy. Yeah, I at some point in time will pull the trigger to buy the original Matchbox one. That is the one that I need on my shelf. Yeah. And I'll form the head. Replay. And I'll form it looks cool. I want to know the size.
Yeah, it was listed last night. I couldn't remember, but it's not that large of a character. So okay. I don't know if this was because it's a mini line. I think if I'm mistaken, I think it said like 7.5 inches or so. It wasn't that big of a character.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, it's cool. It's exactly the same style and colors and view of the Matchbox Voltron. I love it. Obviously it's Lion Force, so it's great. But nothing beats the original because I don't know if they did any updates on articulation or anything. It all kind of looks the same. So,
I think
and that was the thing about the Matchbox one was the Matchbox one had pretty good articulation for the time.
yeah, this one's kind of like, I don't think they're gonna like, be, setting bars in this one, especially with the size.
Mhm.
Uh, but this and also the articulation doesn't need to be that great for this one because this was like, a lot of it was like, really rudimentary 2D kind
Mhm.
of. I think if you move into like the newer version that was on Netflix, that one was more aerodynamic design. You better have a lot better articulation for that one. So,
Yeah.
but this one just it's cool that it's classic. We all know that Henry Cavill is gonna do this movie, and he's one of those sticklers for being authentic. So I can almost tell you that I'm looking forward to the movie because I don't think he's gonna do anything that's gonna be under
Uh,
bar.
yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. It says the original had more chrome.
It did.
If I
Yep.
remember correctly, absolutely, Cassidy, it did actually.
A lot more
Uh
chrome.
says ankle pivots, perhaps. Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look at it.
Again, I think this looks good, man. I always love these kind of like even though they're smaller characters when you can just put on the shelf and just have that little bit of nostalgia, which we talked about on Toy Box Chronicles just last week. Is that somehow when you look at this, it always just brings a smile on your face because you remember it, you know?
Yeah, I like it. It's great.
And Sir Green Lantern right there is I have that Voltron bought from Gundamit, and I love it. It's small and it's grand. All right, there you go. There you go again. And you can look at when you look at the lions too, because the way they shot it, this is a minifigure.
Yeah.
Because they would have actually put. But again, it looks just like the ones. I think
It's awesome.
what I would love to see them do, especially for like the movie, I love to see one where they had like each one in each different environment. Because remember, one was in the volcano, one was under sea. I love to see like a diorama built, like maybe if they like put them individually. I would love to see them map where the lions rest. That would always be kind of cool to me to like put that on
That
the
would be,
shelf
yeah,
or
that'd be
something.
awesome.
You
Yeah.
know. So,
Yep.
throwing out some ideas for some Voltron builders out there. From there, Hot Toys. If you haven't heard us talk about it and you don't know it and everything, so about 40 years ago, there was a revolutionary comic done by a creator, and it basically changed the entire industry. Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns shaped how Batman and actually how we look at Superman completely. Actually, just see this roll in right here. Good morning, Stu John. Better late than never. Always, sir. Good afternoon, morning, all. Yep. There you go. The look, Frank Miller did a great job on this comic book. If you've never read or graphic novel, you've never read that graphic novel, it is worth the read. It's probably one of, I say, in the top 10 of all Batman stories. And
Absolutely.
he did something a little bit different. He brought some grime and some hardcore to Batman that we hadn't seen. And now, of course, obviously he set the benchmark for it. This comes out of stuff that he looks like he's drawn. Very huge, very bulky version. In fact, if you think about Ben Affleck's version of Batman, this is more reminiscent of the Dark Knight Returns with his, the huge bat symbol on his chest and the look. Look, Hot Toys. It's very rare that you can say that somebody does it better than Hot Toys. Hot Toys does a great job on this kind of stuff.
I'm so mad at this because this one almost has me buying it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Like that's the one thing that could get me to buy Hot Toys is Batman. Ugh.
Yeah, this
Middle-aged Batman before he went on Ozempic. Yeah.
Dad bod Batman. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good, man. I like it. You know what's weird is that they did take a lot of like absolute Batman style. They took a lot of it from this.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, Scott Snyder wasn't approaching on anything new.
Yeah.
He was taken off of the heels that's built by Frank Miller, and obviously back in the day, Neil Adams, Dennis O'Neil, a lot of those great Alan
I think
Grant.
I think Neil Adams influenced a lot of like artists moving forward.
Yeah,
that
it does.
Neil Adams could draw Batman, and more importantly, could draw Joker. So,
yeah.
I really like the blue. Yep.
And that's what also, and I will say they nailed it. If you look at it, because that was more or less, it wasn't traditionally like in today when you look at the colors, everything's kind of computer and everything else like that. This was one of those where it was like more watercolor effect, and that blue matches the blue of the actual graphic novel. I think they did a great job. This also this specific version of it, because they've done one version of the Dark Knight version. This is called the Battle Damage. So if you're looking at that, you may need that as well. But this looks fantastic. There's also a couple other shots we've got of this where actually, you can they got different heads, different looks. Yes, he did use a actual rifle in that one because Batman was obviously a little older, had to do a couple of different things. But yeah, man, this is really cool, bro. I think they really nailed this character.
The only thing I don't like is I don't remember in the Dark Knight that Batman didn't have teeth.
Yeah, I don't know how they came
The one on the far left only bothers me because it makes him look like he doesn't have teeth.
I think it's just this grimacing look, bro.
Yeah, I know
that's what it is. But
now you can't.
And you know what they might have done. Again, this looks like Frank Miller's style. So a lot of the things he did was to make it look like 100%. Like what Frank Miller would have done. So I'm sure they didn't just lift this off of just out of nowhere. They kind of went with some kind of accurate version of and maybe it looked better in 2-dimensional than 3-dimensional.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's a great. I'm still on the fence about buying it. So
yeah, and Stu John says, does Batman actually use the gun in this game? And yes, he does. Yeah,
yep,
he does. And now. There's a counterpart to this because there was 2 Titans. You're gonna have to wait till Pixel Plastic Inc. tonight to see the other hot toy. We can give you one and then we'll tease it. Then you can actually come back later on tonight to see the other counterpart to Batman, which is still a very good hot toy. So that's at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight on the Chateau Nose Network. That is right. And it's like Hayes actually popped in and says, yeah, he says, I just wish it had that yellow chest piece. Well, to be honest, he removed that from the actual version of the comic. So, there's 2. Now, I think when he did the later on, he does go back to a rented suit because it did have the oval on it. So I think this is just a different version of it. Because obviously, Batman's, into fashion, man. He's always got to change that look and everything.
He's always trying to be ahead of the trend, as they say.
Yeah, no, but his tank has machine guns. That tank, I have still waited to the day, real to just have. I was hoping that McFarlane might do one, and I don't know about Mattel, but I would have loved to see that giant tank and everything. That would have been fantastic and everything. So there you go. Let's see. Star Wars and Brew. What's up, everyone? Good morning, sir. I busted the meeting for this. Hey.
And that's why we love you.
We will not let anyone know.
Yeah, it's our secret.
That'll be our secret right there. Hold on one more. Let me just throw this up because every time thank you, Touch Tight, for the hunting some cool DC baddies for us yesterday. Yeah, he was actually. Yeah, thank you. That's we love that whole buddy system out there, man. That kind of works itself out. If you were under a rock or anything this weekend, or this week, this week, then a controversial kind of thing, because I will say it's controversial only one aspect, is that this is the 4th one on the line. And while a lot of people were excited to see it, there was also a lot of people that weren't excited to see it. And I think it's because of the QC issues.
Yeah.
Maximum Thor, I know that was buzzing because it went up and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, it's sold out. Then it was back up. So again, Hasbro Pulse is still having this little problems with snafus. Big Bad Toy Story does have this. This was also up on Entertainment Earth. But look, I think he's a very good looking character. A lot of people don't like the face though. This is what that's going with. The face is the thing that's really kind of killing it.
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, we talked about it though. Like the rest of it, I think the rest of it's great. But look, it's a Marvel Legend. Go find a Thor face you like. Grab it, put it on this body. It's gonna be great. I think that Rhino Hobbies is obviously waiting for Kirby Thor. I think if this was a Kirby Thor, it would have sold out in like a matter of minutes. I think someone said it was a hostage pack for Throg. I think it was, wasn't it Rhino Hobbies that said that?
No, I don't think it was Rhino, but somebody did say.
Yeah,
I do remember that the other night, which was kind of funny because
Yeah. I mean, I like it. There are definitely things about it I don't like, right? Like you can buy the spinning hammer somewhere else. You could get a different style head. I tend to lean into this style head. I think it's kind of cool, but that's my preference. But it's good thing is, like I said, it's a Marvel Legends. You probably have 48 other Thors. You could use that head.
That was
Max
Rebo.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Give credit where credit's due.
Max Rebo said it.
And it says I could put that that bag from Bombastic Spider-Man in his body. You know what? Here's the thing. One thing that I remember that Scully said, everyone else has been saying this, it didn't have the spinning hammer action. That's one of the main kind of perks that everyone's like, look, that spinning action everyone needed. I'm not going to disagree with that. I think the flying version with the hand works out well, but yeah, I think that was kind of a drop on this. The second thing was so far the first several releases of this, which was Spider-Man was first, Maximum Spider-Man. Then after that, it was the Maximum Hulk, and then Maximum Deadpool.
Yeah.
Everyone said that the one problem that is a QC issue with this.
Yeah.
And we've seen that with Spider-Man. Some of the webbing on some of them didn't look as like the quality didn't. Some people have great versions of this and they love it and it works fine and it looks fine. And then there's certain people where the webbing didn't look right and it looks like it's kind of meshed together. With Maximum Hulk, we all know the cracking because they did a kind of rubberish kind of chest so they could do his full Hulk smash hands kind of thing. Deadpool, the only thing I've heard is that there are issues with some of the joints. So this is the Maximum line, and this is I was going to get to this, but it doesn't shoot real lighting, real lightning. Yeah, I know, Commander Bly. They did clearly put that on the box and everything. This does not actually use real lightning. Maximum Wolverine's next. I'm surprised they didn't do that already.
I mean, honestly, they're probably just trying to get all the. I think that they would have to do Wolverine next because if this is a flop, no one's buying the Maximum series anymore.
I will tell you though, if they do something off the bat where the next one's Maximum Spider-Man black suit, I don't know if this line's going to survive because I think that people will hit the roof on that. So I'm hoping that if you do Wolverine, you better have Wolverine come with several versions. You better do it where it's Weapon X version and you can add different. You're not just going to do a standard Wolverine because we've had way too many in the last several ones. Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to catch a couple of comments right there. So Greenland says the Silver Age store is coming from Mezco 112, and I think it's a Hanno.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and Hanno toys. Good to have options. Collect them all if you want. Yep, that makes sense. Commander Bly is letting you know that he's suing Hasbro for false advertising.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Hey, man, you're not happy with it.
Yeah.
And everything else like that.
Call Mint and Mint, Timmy Mint.
Yeah, I'll say no shortlist Wolverine.
That's
but look, I think the accessories they came with a good amount. Hands, the heads, a lot of people are complaining about the heads. I think you're right. There's the Frost Giant horn, which was actually kind of a cool throw in. And then obviously the thing that makes it in premium is Thor Frog, which It's a very good one. Now, again, you and I was talking about it. If this was our articulated frog, it'd be to the next level.
I mean, look, it's only a matter of time they're going to release it. Like we said, they need a Throg, articulated Throg,
Yeah.
updated Beta Ray bill.
Well, here's the thing too. We've also said needs to have like a Thor, like an alternate Thor pack. They need to have like the little Kid Thor, Crocodile Thor. They need to have like, you know, they just give us a whole different version, like a variant pack of Thor. That would kind of be cool. But yeah, you know, look, fourth time might be the charm. I like the wired cape. You know, he looks cool. They've done a great job. Whoever's just shooting in photography, they make this stuff look epic. But QC issues wise, they got to start nailing this stuff down.
Yeah,
because
it's not going to be good. They're just going to
you know, if you're trying to say that you're going to compete with like Mofex and you're going to compete with a bunch of other ones, you're going to have to. This is supposed to be your premium line. You're charging $55.99 for this.
Yeah,
you've got to do a better job when it comes to the quality of all this stuff, man. You can't just keep having this stuff, having the issues and everything. That's the point. You're losing interest out of the line already. You're only 4 deep in, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're quite doing over there. We'll get to some of the mailbag. Hit this up, Multiverse of Thor like Spidey. Yeah, they definitely need to do that. Haynes says, I like it, but it just doesn't feel maximum to me. Yeah, there's a cloth cape, but it's basic. There just needs to be more, or there needed to be more. Yeah, and actually, I'm not going to disagree with you on some of it. Again, this is one of those things where I kind of want to see it in hand before I actually make the purchase. I absolutely love the Hulk and everything. All right, well, that's great, man.
Yeah.
I just want to see this in some people's collections. I want to see some actual out of the box reviews before I actually kind of jump on it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I have the Spider-Man and Deadpool. The Hulk is the one that I wanted just to see what it is. The only issue that I have with the Hulk is, like, I know people either love it or hate it, but if you got the recent Abomination, you know there's another Hulk coming that's better than Maximum Hulk, and that's a bummer. So the Abomination figure, if you haven't got it, has some of the craziest articulation that I've seen them do on a big figure, even over the Juggernaut Gamer Pack. So
what was the pricing on that one? 44 or 54?
54, I think.
Okay, so then that's about the same price that it would, you know, that
no, $44.99.
$44.99.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be a least cost efficient item compared to buying the maximum version. Well, yeah, now you get the maximum version kind of a little cheaper though, too. Though.
Yeah, but I think it's just, but they're doing that the World War Hulk, and I think, you know, it's going to be what it is. Stars and Brews said, I think the Hulk is awesome. I don't have Deadpool, but I pre-ordered the Hulk hand one. Worth it for the Hulk fist. Yeah, I was going to do that, but because I already had I was so mad that they did that. I think they need to do a accessory pack with the Hulk hands.
Yeah. So. Yeah, they definitely need to do that. But again, if you're looking for a Maximum Hulk, you can find him still on Hasbro Pulse. He was up there last night available. So,
still there.
You know, it's not going to be too hard. One more Green Lantern hit up saying. The Thor Cope, buying it at Throg myself, might wait for Amazon Prime Day sales.
There's a good possibility to be on Prime Day sales. Yeah, I can see that.
Very smart. You can save money. You want to save money. And that's what we're going to, this next segment we're going to roll into. It's been, you know, hey, man, we like this thing we call the long game, right? What's the long game? Long game is that if you see an item that pops up on Hasbro Pulse or in retail and you decide, you know what, I'm not going to pull the trigger and pre-order this now. I'm going to wait a little longer to see if this price can come down. Sometimes you win with the long game. Sometimes you lose. But you feel so good if you do win, you know. So
we will say this. We will say this. The long game is very specific, right?
It is. It is.
Like, we encourage you to buy them as they release them, so they release good things.
Yes.
But there's just some that are like, hey, man, just wasn't. You know, a majority of those are the Mucha famous hostage pack ones.
Yeah.
And then some are just kind of like, hey, and realistically, some of these, the long game was literally 2 months. Right?
Yeah.
So, so we're not even, it's not even that long, but
exactly. But again, this is a section on long game. We're we're going to try to save you some money this morning. If we can do that, we've done our jobs for the week, right? So we'll start this off and everything. This is a great figure. If you've seen basically our unbox on the channel done by Mr. Maddox, then you saw this is dramatically, this is a great character right here. This is Strong Guy from X Factor. And initially when he came out, I believe he was also in the 40s, right? I think he was like $44.99 or somewhere around there. He's on Amazon, so you can go over to Amazon right now. He's for $37.50. Here's what makes him kind of cool. He's a big character. It's not like, there's a lot of plastic to this guy. And one aspect of it is the actual weight set. Because if you're into toy photography, then it's kind of cool. If you're into completing a team, and that's the one thing that Marvel Legends has done a great job. They're completed out the X-Force, they're trying to complete out X Factor, all those X teams that you want to see characters with. They've tried to do that. This is a great character. I've seen your review of it, Mr. Maddox. At this pricing, though, you feel bad for paying full price, or do you wish you would have waited the long game on this?
I mean, if I wasn't a huge fan of this character, then maybe I would be upset, but I have the bath and I really wanted to see how this one was compared to that. So, this is a great price to grab it at, though. The weights are awesome.
Yeah. Well, here's B Sum says, I've seen this figure on clearance for $20 at Walmart. Oh, I've got a beef about Walmart. I went to Walmart last night. And that's their clearance section. There's one.
If you can grab it for $20,
get it.
Literally worth that money.
It is worth getting that for $20.
It's a fantastic figure. Just it's very, very niche. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people are like, I don't know if I like it. It's very niche. I have the Build-A-Figure, and now I have this. Yeah. I'm good. I don't need any more of them.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. But again, our job is to save you money, and it's actually give you that payoff for the long game. Everything else like that. So here's one of those payoffs that we'll be hitting you back with too. Here now here's the thing. 55.20. You might be able to stretch this out a little bit longer. You might be able to, just let this go a little bit longer. But on the point of, is this a hostage pack? No. Is this a pack worth getting? Absolutely. I own these characters. The Nick Fury is prime. If you ever remember the 1970s and a Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., this hits it up right here. It just has that classic look from the actual 70s and 80s Marvel comic books. And if you were in, now this is a Gamerverse pack, but if you remember the very first releasing of the Punisher, and Mike Zeck did those covers, this looks like Mike Zeck's artwork, even though it's a gamer pack. It looks just like the game, but this reminds me of 100% classic Punisher, like the kind where he was trying, like we see him on that first appearance where he's trying to track down and he's going after Spider-Man. This is great. Now, we got Punisher the year before, and that's the Jim Lee version. I kind of deck this as this is the Mike Zeck version, and this is the old school 100% Skrinkles version of Nick Fury. It's a great pack. $55.20. We're saving you some money, but you might be able to, look. If you have like a level that you like to save, right? Like this is pretty hot upon release. Yeah, I think it was great upon release. I wanted it. Yeah.
Realistically, this savings is $7.79.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
If you're like, I want to save 10 or more, you probably just don't want to buy this yet. But to be fair, it's still cheaper. So,
Yeah, it's got that 80s, 90s cartoon glow. Here's one of the things, too, if you're into, I know a lot of our tour photographer buddies out there. Look, it comes with a great bunch of accessories. But the briefcase full of cash is the baseball bat. There's a lot of things that this comes with. This is a huge set full of accessories. It's worth it, but that Nick Fury alone is, if you're in the classic comic stories, Bruce, I like the colors. The Punisher get up would go cool with Ghost Rider coming. Absolutely.
I mean, I'll be honest, I literally got this pack because I wanted Nick Fury, but the Punisher's just as good. But my main driving factor was the Nick Fury figure. So
not going to argue with that, man. So again, on Amazon right now, 55, but one premium that we will save people money. But this one's going to save people money. This is almost damn near half of what it was. This right here was probably the deal of the week because they're Target exclusives, and you know that we've had a whole bunch of problems with these retro card backs. You can find them on the shelf, you can't find them on the shelf. We had the Rogue that sold out, and everybody was trying to find that character. And this one's Mystique. I have the Storm that came from that line. This is fantastic. I paid full price for Storm. This is at $16.24 on Target.com. I don't know if they're in the store. I noticed they said online only. So
I was
price.
I was just at the store. They'll match it if it's on the Target app.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, this is the Mystique, fantastic character. If you're into any of the X-Men characters, this is a premium X-Men figure that you have to have. But the one that caught my eye was Weapon X. This is the Barry Windsor Smith version. Looks fantastic. It's a great figure if you're in, look, it's a little bit different than the other Wolverines. Again, we got shirtless Wolverine, the yellow and blue Wolverine. There's brown versions. They've done a lot of these, but this one's kind of harkened back to, again, the Barry Windsor Smith Wolverine miniseries, Weapon X miniseries. Great looking character. It's worth it to pick up, especially at the price of $16.24. One thing I will say, I love these retro card backs because if you are an inbox collector, these are really durable. Unlike the McFarlane, card backs that they've got at Ross, these you won't find all bent up and everything. So they actually hold its shape extremely well.
Unless Target,
you're really trying. Yeah, if you're really trying, you can bend this the hell up. But you really have to try. This is real, and also it's nice to open too. If you just want to keep the artwork or whatever, you can just X-Acto knife around just the clam and get the characters out. But fantastic again. I think it's 100% worth it for the Wolverine, man.
Yeah, it's great. I like it.
And like I said, yep, gotta run, gents. Have a great day. Hey, same you, Stu John. Be careful out there, man.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for stopping by.
So we're gonna get on to the next one on this ZoloCon. That is happening this weekend. That is right, 27th through March 1st. And you definitely want to, hey, this is one of those good community events. This is not one of those like San Diego Comic-Con. It's a huge corporate-like event. This one's for basically you want to look and see some great independent toy makers, more community-driven workshops, things like that. This is what exactly this is for. Let's see. We've got Four Horsemen. We had a little bit of controversy last week, but this character now is -2 heads. That will be at $40 there, so you can go and pick it up. This is their convention exclusive, so it won't just be there. It'll be at all the other events. Inbox collectors must have had Gammas to. Is it Grandmas? No, it looks like it's Gamma. There's no Grandma.
No, there's a GRAMMAS. Yeah, Grandma.
Oh wow, man! Jesus Christ, man! We got to change up these graphics on this point right here. It says covered in a plastic in China that was never used. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Did you never have a grandma that wouldn't let you sit on a couch because it was in plastic?
No.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that was I had friends that had grandmas like that. You go into their house and it was like they had this really nice, comfortable looking couch you wanted to sit on, but it had like a plastic cover over it. And so you had to go sit on like a park bench or some shit and couldn't sit on the couch. Yeah.
Well, like I said, Legendary Warriors by Four Horsemen. You can go and pick up this character right here. It's a controversial character you can actually pick up. The Big Bad Workshop. They're gonna have a couple of characters right there, so you can actually they'll be at booth 20 and 21, so you can go over there and see them. So if you're into the Operation Monster Force, they're gonna have some convention exclusives. You've got the Animal Kingdoms, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. They're going to be there this weekend too, booth 106. So you can pick up some, and usually these guys always have some kind of exclusives that they've got going out. So you definitely want to, if you're into picking up some of these exclusives, you get an opportunity to do that. The Marauders Task Force will have their Vietnam era special operator. He comes with a bunch of accessories right here. So That's something I'm sure you're going to want to run into. And then, our buddies over at Valiverse is going to have their ZoloCon retired items. So go over there and see. They're going to bring a bunch of stuff. I know a lot of people love to just, again, pick up these events. Here's one that's kind of interests me. Image 10. If you know on the channel, we did this kind of thing. It's called, the retrospect. And we did the retrospect vault. And we did a remastering to Night of the Living Dead. I hadn't seen too many people do any of the Night of the Living Dead figures, but guess what? You can pick up these figures at ZoloCon. So it kind of, and there's one that there's a special Chase character that they did get in his imagery, but it's a George Romero glow in the dark Chase character. So
That's pretty rad.
I thought it was kind of cool. It kind of had one of those things where it worked out extremely well. If you're looking into that, or you're into any kind of horror figures or anything, or any other kind of figures, you've got the opportunity to pick that up at ZoloCon. Again, the good thing about these community events, you can walk in, you can speak to creators from some of your favorite independent lines. You can all kind of workshops, everything that works to making it a community-based event. It's a good event to go to. It's the first kind of one that kind of kicks off the year, man.
Yeah, it's great. These are all cool options to get. I do like that Valverse does retired items.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's very community driven. I mean, the Valverse community definitely has people that want stuff they can't get anymore, and so this is a way that they give you the opportunity to get it, and then people were gonna complain that they couldn't get it because it's sold out, and so you'll never win. But props to Bobby for doing stuff like this. This is good. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, again, I love the aspect that the con exclusives, especially at the smaller shows, because a lot of times it's at the bigger shows, it's the Hasbros, it's the Mattels, the price. You like to see the independent guys really kind of like show up to events. It makes people want to show up to those events to get that kind of stuff. I know that Fresh Monkey Fiction / Big Bad Workshop has been doing that as well. And obviously the Marauder Task Force has most definitely done that. They're at a lot of the smaller shows. So if you're in the area, make sure you stop by ZoloCon. Say some hi to people and get that in, because it's always cool to support the small local shows, don't you think?
I do, sir. And we are coming up about that time really, really quick. Wanted to give a special shout out again. If you are not a member, and now is the prime time to sign up. March, we will kick off our giveaways, our Figure Flight Club giveaways. That's going to happen again in March, mid-March. So about our third show on Pixel Plastic Inc. is where you'll get that giveaway. But to all our members, the Shadow Nose Network members, the Shadow Elite, the Syndicate, the Prospects, everybody, thank you for being a friend, as the Golden Girls say. But what is pretty interesting is that if you are looking for a community to talk anything toys, but also we have video games, there's Star Wars specific, there's Marvel specific, anything, literally anything, comics, we're getting ready to do something awesome on the channel as well. The Syndicate Discord is where you should be at and where you should be holding those conversations. If you have not before, now is your opportunity to look. Just hold your little phone up to the screen, click on it, click on the little camera, and then boom, it takes you to the Discord, and you get to sign up for free. There's no charge, which is fantastic. And also, if you're someone that likes to tap on links, you can definitely tap on the link that has just been posted by everyone's favorite human being, Steve, in the chat. Also, really quick, we want to thank everybody for over on Instagram. Thank you for watching us. We enjoy you having there, and we appreciate the community growing ever and ever over on Instagram. But look, we've had a lot of people be able to purchase things through Discord like nothing. If you saw us on Wednesday, Scully does his links. Skelly finds links to things that I just forgot about. And it's crazy, but
absolutely. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Tonight, Pixel Plastic and Ink and everything else like that. Oh, you've heard Dr. Brentley, who's had to sit through and watch this thing that we call Star Trek.
Poor soul.
Starfleet Academy. Yeah, he's the only one that had the brave point doing. We thank him for his sacrifice of this because he's the only one willing to do that. But it brings the question up: is that we've seen that Star Wars it had its hand handed over to somebody else now, and Star Wars and Brew, gotta say welcome in, thank you, sir. A super sticker. Like I said, $10 super sticker. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that, man. That's absolutely fantastic. Everything we love our members out here just knocking out doing things. But we got this does Star Wars need a reboot? If you've seen again Starfleet Academy, you would know that answer, but we'll save that for tonight. Keith Urban spotted in a Mortal Kombat 2 trailer. Oh my god. We've seen the Street Fighter one. Now we've seen the Mortal Kombat 2. Well, we got to talk about that trailer. Some pre-order Mafia, your favorite segment, our favorite segment, all the stuff that we didn't cover throughout the week. A couple of surprises, a couple of things we're rolling on that. Plastic news on SKN. Oh, we'll see if there's some popcorn buckets. We'll see what's going on. We got it's hosted by, of course, Rad, Dr. Brentley, Mr. Maddox, and myself. 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same, SKN channel. Same SKM time.
Nice. I was hoping that you were going to go for that. The only thing we need to work on is you need to start saying Alexander Thunderous Storm because really, really good throwback, my friend. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. But one thing that we can do is let you know where we're going to be up next. That's right. Well, like I said again, on March 7th, we're going to be at the Survivor Arcade Animal Fundraiser. It's at a secret location, so we can't actually give that out to the public. But Survivor Arcade is a retro hidden actual arcade that has some of the best machines and everything. It's by a friend of ours, a friend of the channel, Mr. Bruce Glick. And he wanted not just have an event, he wanted to do a fundraiser for the Fallbrook Animal Sanctuary, which is a nonprofit and a non-kill for all animals. So they try to find homes for all these animals, and he's he loves, if you've been to his house, he's got frogs and cats and everything else like that. So he loves the animals, and he loves the aspect of the center. They do this again for all the people that work at the sanctuary are there as volunteers. No one gets paid for the time and service that they do there. But always obviously donations is what needed. You can go to their website, or you can go over to holygrailtoys.com. You saw the most interesting collector in the universe. That's a new pitch man for that. So if you head over there, there's a big button there that says donate, and whether it's $1 or $2 or whatever, anything helps for some of these charitable operations. From there, Scully, and I use this term Scully, will be at the TF Con.
Yeah, look, I want to add some clarity to this. So if I can suggest anything to anybody ever, unlike Toylanta, TF Con decides that they will charge you full price no matter what time you're allowed to get in or get out. So we were under this impression, have never going to TF Con before, that we would go to the door, buy the tickets, do whatever. We randomly find out that tickets are selling out. It opens at 9 a.m. And why do I say that? Because that's important for you to understand. Okay, it opens at 9 a.m. But you have to buy the early bird ticket to get in at 9 a.m. But then they sell admittance times, so you could pay the same price for 9 a.m. or you could pay the same price for 12 p.m. or you could pay the same price for 2 p.m. And all of those all end at 5 o'clock. So you pay the $40 to get in at 9. You pay the $40 you could only get in at 12, or you pay the $40 you can only get in at 2 o'clock. So I just want everyone to process that. So in our idea of wanting to go to TF Con, Scully was ultimately the one that was able to get the 12 o'clock one. And so he's going to be going. There are things I need to need him to get. So I will probably also be sponsoring half of that ticket for him. But he's going to be there. We're going to be with him in, spirit. We'll probably go meet him for lunch. Mm-hmm. Okay. But I'm a little upset about TF Con. I don't think it's handled right. Yeah. Problem is it's massive. It's successful every time, but I just think it's not Like if you're a Transformer collector and you don't
Yeah.
go at the earliest you can go, you're not going to find the things that you need.
Yeah, I was a little bit taken back by the non-prorating of a time. You get in at 2 o'clock, but we're going to change it full price. Like, wait a minute. There's something about that. I was like, okay. When Scully called up, like, hey, man, we gotta buy tickets. Blah, blah. It's like, what do you mean, man? You can't walk in the door. He said, no, man, it's selling off. And they only have it 2 o'clock. I'm like, at 2 o'clock? It's, well, what time does the event start? And he was like, hold on. I want to hit this up and everything. Peace and blessings to all. Got to go make some donuts to pay for all the plastic farewells. See y'all later.
I'm going to put this out there right now, Sir Green Lantern. If you're actually making donuts, hit me up and I will pay for overnight shipping.
So, yeah. So, you know, again, Scully will be there on Saturday after 2 p.m. in Burbank, California.
No, he got the 12. He got the 12 o'clock one.
Oh, we did get 12. All right, so
yeah,
all right, so he's still 12. After 12, the place closes at 5. So yeah, better go see him quick. Interesting scenario. So we're myself and Mr. Maddox will probably meet him for lunch. So you know, we'll let you guys know we're outside in the community somewhere, and you can come and meet us for lunch, but we will not be rolling out for TFCon.
And I'm bummed out. You know why? Because one of our friends is holding my sound wave there.
Yeah,
so I'm not gonna be able to get in and get it.
Yeah, well, you know, again, sacrifices, man.
Yeah.
But we will be, and yes, we don't have to worry about not being prorated. Toy Atlanta in Duluth, Georgia, on the 27th through the 29th. That is right. We will be doing our first live remotes from that show. Chances are, Good Morning Toy Box. We've got to see because we're flying in this year, so we got to see if you know, we'll have to tape Good Morning Toy Box, or if we're there and we'll just see Good Morning Toy Box from our hotel rooms because the show doesn't start until the afternoon on Friday. But Pixel Plastic Inc. will be done there too. So we'll have some guys here, you know, in LA, but we'll be there, myself, Rad, and Mr. Maddox. And you know, look, that's a great event, man. I love the time. It's a very good community. It's like ZoloCon. It's a great community event. A lot of great toy. Four Horsemen's going to have an exclusive there too. Last year they had ATL 25. They've got something very similar. It looks great too. Another must purchase convention exclusive. But just to let you guys know, we will be doing live coverage. So make sure you're checking in because articles will be written for Plastic News. They will be in there at Touch and be able to get their things in. And then also SKN, we will be live streaming live from there. And, you know, on the Syndicate, all kind of things that we can't put up on the YouTube page and certain little secret things will be done from Toy Atlanta. But we just got this in. Our friends over at Toy Hunter has let us know. They have spoken to the head of the convention, and we can now relay this to you guys, that Toy Hunter is now the official app of Toy Atlanta 2026. That's right. If you don't know what Toy Hunter is, it's your go-to toy app. If you're into negotiating, you want to keep your collections in a place where you can understand everything and it's at your fingertips. If you want, you know, any kind of toy news, if you want to start to getting your items and don't have to worry about when you're putting that pre-order in, it jumps you to the head of the line. Toy Hunter is that all-intrusive app that will get you to that. Go over to Toy Hunter, take off the E, toyhunter.com, and sign up because it's soon to be dropping on iOS, and they still need some people to sign up for the Android, but it's getting very close to a full actual release of that. So you definitely want to get over that, man.
I would like to say thank you to Real Royal Rhino. I think that I appreciate that. This is a very community-driven thing. I think everyone is super active in the Discord. We are excited to partner with Toy Atlanta. I mean, look, this is big. We are still waiting on Apple to approve it, but we have a lot of invites open for like beta testing. We're working on a Toyland exclusive collection that's going to exist. So this is big, and this is only the start of it. Down the road, the roadmap, we'll be publishing the roadmap for Toy Hunter, but you'll be able to authorize your ticket purchase through Toy Atlanta in Toy Hunter to unlock things. You know, there's calendar sections that are coming to Toy Atlanta for conventions, partnerships, organization. Like it's starting small, But we are really excited to be able to partner with Toylanta on this, and want to give a huge shout out for them for taking a chance on a community driven built app that is something in the industry that we need, that we feel is going to make a big impact. So really exciting news, man. We were blown away. We just got this information last night, so really excited about this, man.
Yeah, well, there's always guys working hard and back and everything to get things out. There's guys that work on the app, and there's guys that work their asses on the street to get that through. It's an actual whole team kind of stereo. Nice, enjoying messing around with the Android version. Cool app. Appreciate that, Cassidy. Thank you so much. But it's always one of those things where we always stress to people. It's not one person that makes it work. It's a whole team behind the point of really kind of making that do, like all things here on the Shadow Notes Network, on everything we do for Volt 9. It's Steve, all the rest of the guys in the back, Scully, Fig. There's a lot of guys that's actually putting their time and effort and energy, and we appreciate everybody else for doing that. So it's never a one-man show, because we couldn't do this if it was one man.
At all. Not even possible.
Other than that, brother, man, it seems to be we've cut down to another great hour of Good Morning Toy Box. And, hey, we got to get ready for Pixel, Plastic, and Ink tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A lot of things going, man. Bring those Star Trek questions, and we'll have those answers tonight, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, look, we've enjoyed having you here. This is Good Morning Toy Box. I am your host, Chet Maddox, along with my ever-famous Alexander Thunderous Storm, the co-host, and really the brains of the operation. I kind of just show up and then realize that I'm not as sexy as he is. And so sometimes you have to wonder what your existence is on a podcast. But we appreciate you guys very much. Thank you for tuning in. We know you could be anywhere in the world listening to anything you want, but you chose this, and we appreciate that. We'll always appreciate that. Community first. We love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tune in tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. A lot of great things coming out tonight that we just can't talk about yet, but we will be announcing tonight. So make sure you tune into there. So for Alexander Thunderstorm, myself, Chet Maddox, and the rest of the guys and the Shadow Elite, the Shadow Syndicate, everybody involved, we want to thank you and keep chasing that plastic dragon, because you just can't stop.
Hey,